of days ago, I was with one of my clients, and they were a follower of our Whiteboard Wednesday series. And one of the things that they mentioned was, Bharat, we really like the way you are solving the business problems that we face. But one of the issues or one of the proactive measure that I want to take is to make sure that my CRM implementation gives me back the return of investment, or the longevity of my CRM is increased. Is there something that you can cover up? And I really like that idea as a Whiteboard Wednesday, because till date we were taking up the common business problems and we were providing a solution for that. But this could be a proactive measure that you can take before implementing the CRM, so that you get a better return of your investment. So let's jump into the top three ways to increase longevity of your CRM. The first point that I'm going to discuss is the feature redundancy. Now, this is something that we have seen with one of our recent customers, where with the previous vendor, they were given a piece of software or a customization which was no longer supported by the CRM provider, and that is going to cost them a lot of money, and they were not really pleased about that. So when we talk about feature redundancy, what we mean is we look into the CRM roadmap. Now, there are various CRM providers that are in the market, and you might would have picked one CRM provider that you think fits most of your business requirements. So what is important here is that you look or browse into the various features of that CRM product, and you go to that CRM provider's website and see what are the roadmap for that CRM, what are the features that they want to add in their CRM, what are the features they want to remove, which is the most important part of their CRM. The reason why I say that is because any new additional features that they're going to introduce, it might be a logical idea to use the latest features which are going to be part of the CRM, and it might be a good idea to investigate what are the features they're going to make obsolete. The reason I say that, of course, is because if you use a CRM feature which has which you are probably gonna use in your CRM implementation, but after 6 to 8 months of implementation process, that CRM feature is made obsolete, then you probably have to upgrade it or find the move into the newer version anyways. So wouldn't it be a logical idea to figure out exactly what are the features you want to use, and which one is the latest one? So CRM roadmap is the exercise that will help you to identify what are the features that you can use in your CRM implementation. um, the second one, which is not vendor friendly, but it is very much customer friendly, is to add the clause into the vendor contract. So the easiest thing to make sure that you are not using any redundant feature is to add this clause in your contract with the solution implementation provider, and you just add a clause saying, we are very happy with your services. The only clause we want to add in there is that you make sure that you don't develop anything or don't provide any feature which is going to be made, which is already redundant or is going to be made redundant in a couple of months. So obviously they cannot predict the future, but if the implementation is going on and if something is made redundant in 1 or 2 months, at least they have to notify you so that you can make a business decision. The reason why I say that is because vendors like us work closely not with Microsoft, because we are Microsoft partner, but we also work with the engineers in Microsoft. Now, interacting with them, chatting with them on almost every week gives us insights about what's going on with the product, and that those discussions gives us indications that what are the features which are gonna be made obsolete. So if you have added this clause into vendor's contract, vendor will be proactively looking into those kind of features and will be notifying you while the implementation is happening or even before the implementation. The second one is the digital strategy. Now, if you're a small business or a medium-sized business or even a big enterprise in based in multiple countries, you must be having a digital strategy. If not, then a digital IT manager or the CTO of your organization will be having one, and he will be responsible for having a digital strategy. In a nutshell, you don't have to understand the full digital strategy with CRM point of view, but all you have to understand is where does your CRM fits in whatever the vision is for the digital strategy. It could be as simple as having a meeting with an IT manager and asking them that we want to understand what your digital strategy is, and we want to understand what version or what type of CRM will be best fitted for us once you have identified the CRM that you want. An example of that could be one of the clients that we are working with, they have a digital strategy of not going to the cloud in the next 5 years. Now, this is something unusual that we see, but based on the business they do, that is probably the best way to do it. Now, if you have a strategy like this, then it massively changes the way you want to have a CRM system, because if your digital strategy is, for example, not to go to the cloud, then a CRM on premise might be a good fit or has to be a good fit for you. That way, you will be able to probably develop your on-premise customization in a way that 5 years down the line, when you plan to move to the cloud, which is CRM online, then you have already done the customizations in a way that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and spend a lot of money in retweaking that. So the migration process becomes easy and efficient. So a digital strategy will help you to increase the longevity of your CRM. All you have to do is ask the person who has the vision or is the mind behind the digital strategy of the organization. The second attribute that you have to consider in the digital strategy is the licensing, hosting, and the enterprise agreement. Now, for the licensing and hosting, $20 a month might not sound a big amount, but when you multiply it by 12 months and add 20 users to it, the amount becomes significant. So you have to be absolutely sure that what kind of licensing you need, what will be the hosting charges now, in future, and in cloud, and based on that, it might align with the digital strategy you have. So this is a discussion that you must be doing so as to increase the longevity. Also, the enterprise agreement. Now, think of enterprise agreement with organization like Microsoft as bulk buying. In a nutshell, or in a smaller, simple terms, enterprise agreement is basically an agreement of buying or committing certain number of user licenses or resources with Microsoft for a period of 3 or 5 years, like that. Now, the advantage of doing this is that the price remains fixed. How does it help you? Well, in cloud, we have seen, based on the cloud strategy that Microsoft has and the revenue targets that they have, it is very likely the licensing and the hosting cost is going to increase in future. With enterprise agreement locked for 3 years, you get a fixed price locked at a discount rate for 3 years. So if tomorrow Microsoft increases the cost of licensing and hosting, that is not going to affect you. So that is where partners like us can be really helpful to set up the right enterprise agreement for you guys so that it can save money in longer run. The last one, and probably the most important one, is the obsolete business process. Like in previous Whiteboard Wednesdays, we have already discussed how obsolete business process can impact your CRM implementations, and again, to increase the longevity of it, you have to make sure when you ask any X or Y business process to your stakeholders, you ask them, why do we do it? If you get the answer where they say, we do it because this is the way we've been doing it, you say, well, okay, time to figure out exactly what is the easiest way of doing it and can we make it efficient. Once you have made the business process efficient, once you have taken all the redundancy clutter out of it, implementation of a business process becomes very smooth, very easy, without any customization, and that will help you again to increase the longevity of the CRM. I would like to thank you for the support you have been showing us, and I would like to request you to please like, follow, and subscribe us. And if you are a small, medium, or an enterprise business and you are facing similar issues, please write down in the comment section below and we'll be happy to take that question. See ya.